Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So if you have showed even the smallest interest in racing sims, whatever social media platform you're using knows it, and your feed is probably flooded with sim content. If this is the case, then you're most likely being shown people flying through rally races with quintuple monitor setups, gigantic cockpits with 300 Newton meter wheels, 12 degrees of motion, and pedals pulled straight from rally cars. Looks pretty fun, right? Well, for only $30,000? That can be yours. For those of us that can't drop real money on a fake car setup, well, this video is for you. I'm Jesse, this is Bartman's Bits, and today we're racing on a budget. Now, the total cost of the components that we'll be going over today is $825. And that may seem steep, but what you get is really quite impressive. Now, a quick note before getting started. All the hardware that's going to be mentioned today is only compatible with PC. So for the PlayStation and Xbox users out there, well, this video isn't for you. You'll have to go a step further in your research and see what components are actually compatible with those consoles. So let's go over each piece. First up, the star of the show, the Cammus C5. This wheel really impressed me with its direct drive 5 Newton meters of torque, incredibly small form factor, and a really low price tag. At $250 or $299 with the set of pedals, which reduces your overall total for this list down to $625, makes this a strong budget option. The C5 is one of the best starter wheels that money can buy because of the direct drive smoothness, that really compact size, and if you print off the pedals that I designed, has some pretty good button options. If you don't have the money to get a dedicated stand for this wheel, the shifter, and a handbrake, the C5 is a great choice because of how compact it is. If space is an issue with you and you're using a desk as like a dual purpose workstation, then having that compact footprint is a really welcome addition. It's also really quiet when compared to its belt or gear driven counterpart, which may be helpful if you're in a place where noise is a concern. Next up, pedals. Again with Cammus here and the LC100s. $250. Adjustable in pretty much every way, hydraulic dampening, and a load sensor for the brake pedal. This set surprised me with its quality, and after my review video posted, it looks like the version that I received for review has been refined to fix some of the issues that I had. Now that's pretty outstanding for the company to do, and if you buy it right now, you're getting the second version of it, which seems better in every way. As mentioned before, you can bundle pedals with the C5, but unless your budget has zero wiggle room, go for the LC100s. Cammus is a company that everybody needs to start paying attention to as they continue to innovate and improve the quality of their product. I just recently went through the repair process for a broken paddle shifter on the C12. And while it did take a bit of back and forth with the support team, they eventually sent me out a new pair and I'm back up and running. Now, you need a way to tie those components together, and that's where the Next Level Racing stand comes in. For $250, which you can start to see a trend here, you get a place to put your pedals, your wheel, shifter, a handbrake, or a combination of the two, which we'll get into next. This stand has a fold-down chair cradle that takes the gaming or office chair that you most likely already own and locks it in place, allowing for you to smash down that brake pedal without flying backwards. The stand can also fold up when not needed, making this a great choice for those simmers out there with space constraints. This is compatible with pretty much every brand of sim hardware out there, and the big sell here, it can be upgraded to a full cockpit complete with motion once your budget allows. Now, if you take a look at the GT Track Elite, this front section may look familiar. That's right, if you get the Wheel Stand 2.0 and want to convert it to a full-on cockpit, you can grab the GT Seat add-on and bolt it together. This concept of upgradability is what makes Next Level Racing a fantastic choice for simmers just starting out. Now on to the components that aren't really required, but add to the realism. A sequential shifter, and a handbrake. For the shifter, we've gone with none other than AliExpress. That's a marketplace for cheap junk, right? Not entirely true. For electronics, AliExpress is a tinkerer's playground with pretty much every possible component available for dirt cheap. I have used them for almost all of my DIY projects, and I would say that I'm satisfied with around 80% of the time, with the other 20% being shipping delays, inaccurate descriptions, or non-working products. We won't be DIYing anything today, so I have procured a $30 shifter and a $40 handbrake. How did they do? They get the job done, and I was pleasantly surprised by the feel of the handbrake. The sequential shifter is a bit on the small side, but it provided some very metallic, clunky shifts. Just listen to this. that is satisfyingly clunky. And it's got that kind of metallic sound that you would expect to find in a real race car. Awesome. Now let's put everything together and go for a quick test drive.
15, flat lift of a big jump, 15, 6 right, 120, 6 right of a jump, continues along, into caution, to left, into 4 right, into 3 left long.
Let's finish up this video. So for those of you that are moving up from a hand-me-down G27 or want to take your racing several steps up from a controller, this is the way to do it. You don't have to go with name brands to get a solid racing experience when money is a concern, which it is for most of us. These options can get your foot in the sim racing door. When you bring all these components together on the wheel stand and hop into Dirt Rally 2 or WRC or whatever your sim, you will be surprised at how great this hardware performs, especially for the price you paid for it. If you all want me to review a specific piece of hardware, especially things that you can find that are not really name brand, go ahead and leave it in the comments and maybe I'll pick it up and do a review. All right, so that's gonna do it for today. If you want to grab some of these parts, you can head down to the description below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.